know that Halloween is coming up, and how many of us as autistic people enjoy dressing up for Halloween? I would be curious to know how many people still like to dress up as an adult in costumes, because when we're in a mask and a costume, we feel like we can be somebody else. For Halloween, I always enjoy dressing up, even as an adult. In my closet right now, I have a whole section of costumes, because isn't it fun to be somebody else sometimes? And when I did my photography composites, I like to dress up in costumes for creative purposes. Yeah, I just wonder how many of you still like to dress up and or do cosplay and things like that. So comment down below if you still enjoy dressing up and wearing a actual mask. Good. We're going to talk about how to unmask today. I think many of us need that, but we're going to learn how to try to start the process of learning to unmask. All right, first let's define what is masking. For those of you that don't know, it's a coping strategy for people on the spectrum to help us feel like we can fit in with neurotypical people. It is us suppressing our natural autistic traits to fit in. Maybe you've heard the term high masking. It can involve forced eye contact, preparing jokes or phrases, or following a script in social situations, and possibly a dialogue you're having in your head when other people are talking to you. You're having just a separate conversation with yourself and not even hearing what they're saying, because you're focusing on what you need to be doing or how you need to be gesturing or moving your body to look normal. But doing all of this high masking can lead to depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts or behaviors. So we know it's not good for our health to mask that much. So we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can help yourself to unmask. So studies that they have done have shown that when you mask too much, it can cause depression, anxiety, exhaustion, meltdowns, a loss of identity. We walk away wondering, well, who am I? Number 1 possible thing you can do to help you get rid of that mask, or at least get rid of some of that mask, is increase the understanding of how the mask affects you and why you mask. We know why we mask. We want to fit in with other people, and we are good at noticing other people's gestures and, body language. So we might mimic that, how the mask can affect you. You can become depressed or you can have a meltdown because you just wore yourself out from smiling all the time. Maybe like me, if you work and you have a job where you feel like you have to smile for people, because like I work with seniors, and for me to go in and not smile, they would definitely point out and notice. At work, I'm Susie Sunshine. At home is a whole nother story. There's not a day go by my husband doesn't say, "Are you mad? Are you mad?" And I have to say, no, this is just the way my face naturally looks. Number 2 is find support from others who accept you just as you are. My husband knows I have a diagnosis of autism, but what he needs to understand is you can't read my face and tell what I'm feeling. It definitely doesn't match. Because just because I'm sitting there expressionless, it doesn't mean I'm feeling empty or down. I could be feeling pure happiness, but that's not what my face is saying. My son and my husband don't understand that. People that do understand that in my life are my mom. She's been wonderful about it. I feel like I can be myself around her. If you have a counselor, you should feel like you can be yourself around your counselor, because they should understand autism and how it affects you. If you have best friends, you should feel like you can be yourself around your best friends. But what's the point in being around someone if they don't accept you as you are? There are too many people in this world to not find someone that we can relate to. And you can find support on channels like this, in the community, in the comments, commenting on other people's comments and responding to them. You can build connections also, because all of us on these channels about autism are dealing with about the same thing. We understand. Number 3 is by spreading awareness and being an advocate for neurodiversity. You might have been thinking about starting your own channel about autism just to share your experiences. And I encourage you, if you want to do that. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Comment down below if you want more advice on how to do that. We need more channels about adults with autism. And at the very least, we can subscribe to those channels, watch their content, like and share their videos to spread awareness of adults with autism, because we know there are so many videos about kids with autism. Number 4 is find value in your authentic self. You need to love yourself. You need to accept your differences, the uniqueness and what's beautiful about you. I don't believe God makes mistakes. You can love your attributes and that your ability to hyper-focus and see the details in things other people miss. That makes you unique, don't you think? That you see the details in things. So find that value in your authentic self and see autism as something to embrace. Anyone, autistic or not, is going to have challenges in life. I made a video on the positive traits of autism, so if you want to go and check that out, I will put it at the end of this video or in the description, so you can be excited about the traits you have that are wonderful. And number 5, start slow and gradually reduce your masking behaviors. So if I'm putting that on a personal level for myself, it would mean at work, I could mask less around the staff, fellow employees. They know my diagnosis anyway. What's the need in masking? Because I'm so used to it. But if I can figure out how to not smile as much, maybe half smile, maybe just a wave. I feel like when people know your diagnosis, we should feel like we can mask less. If not, what's the point in telling them, you know? The point in telling them is so we can be ourselves more. This is one that I'm going to work on. It's going to take a long time. When you have masked most of your life, I would say for me, like teenage years and up, it's hard to get rid of that mask. I will never completely get rid of the mask. I'll try to accept myself more and continue to advocate in my videos for autistic adults. So I had a viewer who, after watching my unmasked, unscripted video, asked me if I knew what the CAT-Q test was. And I didn't remember what it was, but I went and looked it up and I found a version online. I'll put it in the description so you can take it to see how bad, or how often I should say, that you mask for others. It's a very telling quiz you can take in a few minutes. So I scored like 150 on it, which was pretty high. So I'm just apparently at this point not that capable of unmasking. But go and take that CAT-Q test, and if you want to, put your score down in the comments. We'd love to see what you score on the test. If you want to go over to my community tab, I'm taking questions I can use for a video when I reach 1,000 subscribers. I will answer your questions and go over there and leave some questions for me, anything you would like to know, and also let me know if it's not okay to use your name in the video. Just also state that too. So please comment down below and let me know which tips that you will be trying to help you. I love, love, love when you comment, and I will always respond in some way. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Pillsbury Doughboy?
Yeah.
Oh. Then you'll remember that commercial that goes.
I can do it back to you.